an extemporaneous point, and then pretty much some disorganized thoughts that may somehow come together, and maybe it'll definitely be a homily. But how about just an extemporaneous thought? This is the world I live in. I want you to enjoy some of this space with me. I often discuss with non-Catholic Christians, do we earn salvation? Is salvation a work? Do we work for salvation? And the answer is, because I'll get this in a second, is it right to cure on the Sabbath? To the Jews, no work on the Sabbath. Well, Jesus says, wait a minute, whoa, slow down here. I understand the law, don't work on the Sabbath. This guy's crippled. Is it better I don't heal him? Let him stay crippled? Or should I heal him? They don't know what to say. He heals the guy on a Sabbath, breaks Jewish law, and really brings their law to a fulfillment, which is always going to be love. Do we work or earn salvation? The first answer is no. It's a free gift. But boy, do we work hard to internalize His grace and to conform our hearts to His will. We've been fighting as Christians for 500 years over semantics. Salvation is a free gift. It was done by the labor of His love, but we cooperate in it. You're at Mass. This is the Monsignor. I can speak for Monsignor. This is one of his favorite Masses. Thanksgiving is his favorite Mass. Whenever people get called to church when they don't have to be here, it's the priest's favorite Mass. You don't have to be here. The priest recognizes that. It's great to be with you at Mass at a time, on a day you are not obligated to come. You want to be here. And let's be very clear on this Labor Day. The greatest of all labors is what Christ did on our behalf to save us from our sins. The second greatest work, it's not what you do for a living, it's what you do for a spiritual living. Enter more deeply every day in the grace and the love provided that we participate in this Mass. It's the most important thing. So, to workers and non-workers alike, we thank God for the gifts He gave us to either be gainfully employed, for looking for employment, or maybe you're on disability. Maybe you're on disability. But as you know, we got this kid Frankie who comes to Mass, who's severely, mentally challenged. And every once in a while he's able to receive communion. He doesn't always open up his mouth. His mom or dad wheel him down the aisle. They come on Sundays. And his mom and dad both participate in various ministries in the parish. They appear from every metric to be undaunted in their unbelievable sacrificing for their son, undaunted in their love for God. It continues to grow and it continues to manifest itself in their life. So among all the works, the greatest work is what Jesus did. And that's why we come to Mass, to esteem it, to venerate it, to respect it, to be devoted to what He does. And then to internalize it and let us be that sacrifice. Let us be that love going forward. So I'm thinking about all the hardest works. I just came up with this. So it's not an exhaustive list. But I had to write something down so it looks like I'm looking at notes. Thank you. Raising small children, especially alone, that's got to be a hard work. That's got to be a very hard work. Dealing with aging, debilitating parents, that's got to be a hard work. Being a debilitating grandparent yourself. Being faced with the possibility of living in a nursing home or with assisted living. That's got to be a very difficult work to carry. Having an alcohol or drug problem in your family. That's got to be a serious work. I know from experience, you can hold a whole family hostage. If that's someone in your family, call me. Every week I'm dealing with something. And women, I have an incredible, this is going to come out wrong, I have an incredible woman. There's an incredible woman who I delegate and outsource all the women's problems to. And she's on it immediately. If it's the guy doing the drinking, if the guy doing the drinking, the woman needs to help. If it's the woman doing the drinking and the guy needs to help, call me. I'll be the guy. It can be a serious problem in a family. How about an unaffectionate spouse? That's got to be a serious work. Living in a life like that. A non-communicative spouse. This has always been a pet peeve of mine, and I'll get over this soon. When one of the spouses comes home and they're totally excited about, I don't care what, the new phone book just arrived. The new phone book! Remember that scene? What movie? The Jerk. Thank you. He gets all excited. What's his name again? Steve Martin. It's really stupid. You should not laugh at this. It's really, really stupid. We have a warped sense of humor. It's not even that funny. We can hang out together. Because it's not that funny. But we're laughing. So he gets all excited. The new phone book is here. The new phone book is here. But whatever the phone book symbolizes, and the spouse says, "Psst, I don't care." I feel bad for that spouse. Both spouses. Enjoy what your spouse enjoys. Give time to your spouse. It's got to be hard to live like that. And you know what? I feel like that sometimes with Monsignor when he does this to me. Stop. Enough. He gets mad when I talk like this, but it's totally true. He's like, there's so many rooms in this house. Can't you find another one? You know, when he was on drugs because of his rehabilitation, we got along just fine. He couldn't move, and he would say things like, "That is so interesting." And now it's like, leave me alone. It's crazy. But anyway, we don't live in the same room, so we have how about a child who's lethargic, disabled? How about a child who doesn't go to church, fall away child? The parents have to deal with it. How about parents having to deal with their grandchildren who aren't baptized? There's all kinds of sufferings and difficulties that are like works. They're labors. They're labors of love. How do I deal with this? Why is this put on my plate? And the answer is God in some way is respecting his friendship with you to have you participate in his most intimate gift. He's asking you to share in the labor. And more often than not, we push it away. I know I do. I don't want this in my life. This is too much for me. I can't handle it. I can't bear it. Please, someone stop this ride. I want to get off. That is the deeper level of spirituality. That's what it's all about. Entering into the wounds, participating in the cross, sharing Christ's burden of his passion. That's the deeper level. It's not just this, Donald Trump at the black church. It's not just that. That's wonderful. If you can do this all day, you can be a gym teacher. And God bless you. But you already know this. Praise is not the highest form of worship. It's not. Adoration is. Surrender to the divine will is the greatest form of prayer. Praise is great. Petition is great. But there's a deeper form of prayer. And so, moving to my next point, I was telling people at Mass last night I was going to give one more push on my book, this book I'm pushing, which is at the bookstore. But I realized, Monsignor is a much wiser man than me. That book I gave people, for a lot, it's too much. It's too much. You've not been told these things before. I'd love to apologize on behalf of the Catholic Church. We have not encouraged people to pray at a deeper level of silence, of uniting sacrifices. Remember the nuns used to say this, we knew it without having it explained to us. You know, you got into a fight with Billy and your nose was bleeding and sister would say, offer it up. And when you were a kid, you immediately knew without being told, I guess I'm sharing with Christ his suffering. I must unite it at Mass for the greater honor and glory of God and for the sanctification of his holy people without knowing that conceptually. But we knew it. We didn't have it explained to us. The book I'm pushing, and I still want you to read it because people go around this neighborhood. It's my favorite conversation. I know no more favorite conversation than whether it's at the health club, at the coffee shop, wherever I move, go, here, there. People talk about the book. They're serious. But it might be too much. We aren't used to praying like that. Most of us who are Catholic raised from the womb are used to doing rote prayers. Vocal, verbal prayers. Praise, petition, woohoo, amen, hallelujah. The silence that Christ demonstrated before Pilate, we're not familiar with that. The silence Christ demonstrated lugging that big cross up Calvary, we are not familiar with that. That's the deeper level of prayer. Entering into his passion. So, having said that, I'm going to push a new book. But it comes from Monsignor, and it's already at the bookstore. He's going to have to order more copies. But it's about how to do a holy hour. It's called 21 Ways to Worship. Don't ask me the author. It doesn't matter. Go to the bookstore. Tell them 21 Ways to Worship. And it's for your holy hour. Because I want to end this homily, and you want me to end it too. So I got to get out of this homily. So here's what we're going to do. 3 simple points. 1, this is the greatest of all works. We're participating right now in this day in labor. We're laboring along with Christ in the greatest of all works, salvation of souls. Number 1. Number 2, what's the second greatest work? I would say preparing for Mass. That's my answer. I would say if you're a football player, football, the Notre Dame win yesterday, I went to sleep. No, good, sorry. Sorry. That's what happens when that's sorry. Respect all you Notre Dame people, God bless you. But the second greatest thing to being on that field, if you're a Notre Dame football player, is your practice to get on the field. Pretty simple. Metaphorically, the second greatest thing for us will be preparing to enter Mass. And prayer is an indispensable exercise. And that's my life's mission. For me to enter Mass more deeply, more fervently, more reverently. That's going to come through prayer. So this book is going to help you. If you don't go to the chapel, you do it at home. 21 Ways to Worship. It's very basic. It's written by a layperson. This is not mine. Was written by a priest, like quasi-monk in Ethiopia, living in like squalor, writing about the deep, and it's still a worthy book. I'm still going to go back to the book. You may have to go here first. You may have to do this one first to get to the other one. And I love the people who are honest enough to say, Father, this book's way too deep. You're an honest person. So, this book, 21 Ways to Worship. Because entering into Mass is going to be the second greatest, I believe, labor of love we can enter in, we can do. Thirdly, and you don't have to do this, and many of you don't do this, children don't do this. When I say the children's Mass for the school, what do I always tell them after communion? What do I tell them? What do I say? Close your eyes. They've got three perfect students right there. You know why there's three great students? They have great parents. That's why these boys are sitting behind me. Their parents brought them. It's no mystery who serves. It's no mystery who does what in the parish. They got to go to church. I always tell the children, close your eyes after communion. If you want to sing, sing. As far as I'm concerned, you've got 2 options. Open up your eyes and read the book. She tells you the song. He's playing the French horn. I got that right. He's playing horn. You want to open up your eyes? Read off a page and sing praise to God with Jesus Christ in your soul. Or 2, close them. You got a third option? Fine. That's on you. I'm telling you, close them. Why do you keep watching me? You know what I'm going to do, don't you? And then after I get done giving out communion, you know what I'm going to do, don't you? I can't imagine sitting at home with my mom and dad as a little child watching my mom do dishes. And it's not an equivalent of the holy vessels. But yeah, Johnny, what are you going to do today? After dinner, I think I'd watch Mom do the dishes. Thank you. You're right. That's what it's the holy vessels. Maybe you get some inspiration from it. If you do, God bless you. Try this. Father, why are you so adamant about this? Because, not this book, the other book, we don't see God. We got to learn to develop that inner light, that inner vision that's going to come from not physically seeing. It's going to be a soul force. It's going to be a heart light. I feel like Neil Diamond's song, Turn On Your Heart Light. You know that song? Okay, good song. Great singer. I don't know what his personal life's like. I hope he's a good guy. I have no idea. I'm trying seriously with all my heart for myself first and also for you to communicate. There's a deeper way to pray. There's a better way to enter Mass. There's a greater way to be sacrificial. There's a greater way, like Mother Teresa, to empty myself and all my selfish, egotistical, just goofy desires and thoughts, and let God enter me more fully so I can know His will and by His grace and courage carry that well out. I'm going to close with this. I told some of this. I got all nervous. Monsignor told this to a group we were at. You know, I'm lucky to be in your parish. I really am. You're under some curse of a kind. I don't know. Call Father Sable. Maybe he'll be able to lift it from you. But I'm very blessed to be in this parish. And if things went differently, I would not be in this parish. So I want to mention at this Mass, speaking of labor, all my friends who are priests, who are not able to perform their ministry, for whatever reason. None of them have to do with children. These are just squabbles within the priestly class. And I feel very bad. I wake up in a home you provided me with, a life that is in every way full. And my friends are not able to say Mass publicly and labor in the chosen field God called them. And it disturbs me greatly. So I want you to pray for them. And whatever your troubles are, we all have, that's my trouble. That's what I struggle with. My close friends, and I listen to them on the phone daily. And it's hard. And whatever your struggles are, let's unite them in this one perfect sacrifice and walk out of it. And close your eyes after communion. Try it. It's hard. It really is hard. Try it. See if I'm telling you. Is everybody so handsome and beautiful? What are you doing here? No, just close your eyes. Father, what do I do when I close my eyes? Thank God. Ask the Blessed Virgin Mary to take your Holy Communion and do with it as she most purely desires. And finally, I want to thank God for being a citizen of this fine country. Because whenever we get together on a day we're not supposed to, I love my God and I love my country. And with God's help and strength, I also love you. So thank you. So they're going to play a song for you.